Hello. I'm just chilling here. Probably should be working, but actually I'm on hold with the yarn because I ran out of shit to dye. So that means, well, I didn't run out, I just ran out of stuff that was ready to dye. So now I'm knitting while the yarn is prepping for me to dye. I'm knitting with a color called Lamplight, and it's the start of a pattern by Joji Locatelli called Ziggy, I think. And I dyed this color a while ago and I just been too lazy to put it on the website, so I haven't yet. But I will, fear not. Okay, so as you know, or whatever, maybe you don't know, I'm a yarn whore and I've got yarn from a lot of indie dyers. And some of you may not give a shit what I think, but I thought it would be fun to review it and talk a little bit about it. I like to support other indie dyers normally. I don't always have good experiences, but such is life. Last video, I reviewed Lamb Strings yarn from New York. Or I don't know if I reviewed it, I just kind of showed you what I had gotten from her, which was a shit ton. And I did actually end up caking one of them. Whoa. This was that Little Miss Macabre, I think, single ply, because that's my favorite base is single ply. It was her Sadie, grab the tag, Sadie Singles Little Miss Macabre. So I don't know what I'm gonna make with that. I have others I can put with it too. I have like 5 of them. 5 different colors, but they're all in the same kind of dark. So if you have any ideas what I could make with this, up to 5 colors, sound off in the comments below. I think I will be definitely keeping this yarn. Sometimes I like to give away or waffle off yarn in my Facebook group, but I think this one's a keeper. Okay, so that's that. My hat kind of crazy. This is a gradient I did a couple years ago and I named it Off Your Rocker, and I knit this insanely long slouchy hat with it. Like, hello, there's a lot of hat there. I probably haven't woven in the ends either, but who cares about that? Okay, so this last June I went to, I'm from Iowa, and I never go to the Iowa Sheep and Wool Festival. And I also never been there, even though I have a relative that helps coordinate, and I think this year she might be running the whole shit show, or next June, whatever. And not because I don't love my own state and I don't love Iowa and I don't support the Sheep and Wool Festival, but because every year they do it on Father's Day weekend. And I have a litter of kids and I'm just not too cool about, you know, ditching. It's important shit. You gotta keep your family and shit all, you know, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like I should be ditching Father's Day weekend to go sell yarn. That's just me. What's in your sippy cup? I've got Jack and Coke in here. No, I'm kidding. This is Pepsi. Maybe later on I'll have some vodka or something. Okay, so anyway, I went there and again, I am from Iowa. People know me here. Like, they know me to look at me because, so I have a following here and customers here that actually recognize me by my face. So I had gone to, oh shit, now I can't think of these. Who are these people? Leading Men Fiber, which they are based out of Illinois, I think. I can't see, so I'm gonna put on my glasses. Now I immediately have the smarts. Anywho, Leading Men had a booth there, and I don't usually go, so I don't know if they always have a booth there. I don't know anything about it. I don't know shit about shit. But I'd never met them in person before, and a few years ago, I either won a skein of their yarn, or it was gifted to me, or something happened that I got a hold of a skein, and I was like, you know, it's all right. I never knit with it. But because they came to Iowa, and they were in my state, and they're indie dyers, I was hell-bent on supporting them. And so there are two of them, obviously. And I don't remember their names because I'm not worth a shit at that. But one of them was incredibly nice to me. He was really kind. He was adorable. He was funny. And the other one, I don't believe cared for me much at all. Now, it's probably for several reasons. Number one, he may have just been having a bad day. We all have those. And I wouldn't say he was outwardly rude to me, but he definitely wasn't friendly. So that kind of, whatever. And number two, people knew me there. So I may or may not have caused a scene in their booth. But I will say this, it was not a negative scene. In fact, I mean, it's not like I whipped out a little pop-up trunk show and started showing all my shit there. I did not. I was talking to people who recognized me, talking to friends that I knew that happened to be there. You know, when I get excited and I'm kind of loud and make some noise, but I was like, look at this yarn, and I was showing people the yarn and enabling the friends that were with me to buy some, and I myself blew my wad at their booth. So it's not like I caused a stink and then didn't buy anything, or caused a stink and made people run away from their booth, or caused a stink and, you know, deterred people from buying. I did none of those things. If anything, people bought more because I was there making a fuss over it. But that's fine. I guess if you don't feel like you need to be nice to everyone. I don't know. I walked away from there feeling like, God, I wish, you know, I wanted to support them. I didn't know them by name. Maybe they were put off because I don't know who the fuck they were. I don't know. I've not heard of them before, but maybe I didn't kiss their ass enough. I'm not really sure. The one of them was really nice. The one that didn't like me, I don't know. And even if I was a huge fan of theirs and I was so excited to meet them, I do not in general get like starstruck. I'm just, I don't know, too laid back for that shit. I'm honored to meet people, of course I am. I just don't like fall all over myself when I'm doing it. I don't know. Needless to say, my very good friend Sarah was with me, and also my friend Sandy and my friend MJ. They were with me, and I believe, I'm positive, that my friend Sarah bought a bunch of their yarn too, and I think Sandy bought a couple, and then some other people that had just happened to see me over there, they ended up buying. Everybody bought some yarn. I bought a set of yarn, and I think it had 4 skeins. Okay, so I no longer know where the pattern is. I also don't know what it's called. I want to say the pattern had something to do with lipstick, or I don't remember. And I did start it, but I don't have a clue what it's called and where it's at. So I know my friend Sarah started it as well. So I'm gonna have to ask her. But here's one of their yarns. Don't know where the tag is. Here's the other one. that I'm knitting with, and then the other two that were in the set are this one and this one. I don't know. This one is called Primordial. This one is Bend and Snap. Okay, but then I also, like, my favorite color is red, and I found this red. It's darker in person. This is pretty bright. This is called Poison Apple. So another reason why the one dude may not have liked me, because I fell in love with this red and I was just making a scene out of it. And I'm like, oh my God, it looks like, you know, one of my reds called Horror Red, because like the perfect shade of red for me is that Horror Red, that maybe a little bit lighter than that. So maybe they didn't like that. Maybe they took offense. I don't know. But the red one. And then I got this one called Neon Pencil. And it's a different base. You can tell if I put it close up, you'll see the ply is different than this one. And I didn't notice that when I bought it, but I do not typically like this type of yarn, this ply here. But that's okay. And then I also got these little, they're called Showstopper Gradient Sets. And this one's called Oh My God Neons. And oh my God, neons! And I actually really, really like this. And I also got this one, and it's called Singing in the Garrison. I think my friend MJ may have gotten this too. So if you add all that up, I spent bank in their booth. The yarn itself. So for my little review, what I do remember of knitting with this is that the yarn, there is nothing wrong with the yarn. The yarn is, it feels nice, it knits up nice, it isn't splitty. I can't speak for this base because I haven't knit with it yet, and I probably won't. But the yarn itself is lovely. The only complaint I have, other than the one dude hating me or disliking me, whatever, however you want to put that, is that, and I didn't get anything that you can really, really see this with, but they re-skein all of their hanks. So when you go to buy it, you don't know what it's gonna do. This one, you can kind of see the colors are not, just hold right here. This right here is a skein of my yarn, and it is called Haunted Ass, okay? I didn't reskein it. If I would have reskeined it, the colors would be distributed across the entire skein more like this, and you wouldn't be able to tell how it was gonna knit up. So, because I know what I know, I can usually tell what things are gonna look like before I buy them. And these yarns are a complete guessing game. So I don't know how pooly they're gonna be, how they're gonna work up. I know that I can make a plain pooling ass hat with these. I also know that because it's dyed like kind of half and half, that it'll micro stripe in the socks or mittens or small circumference things that knit in the round. I know that if I knit a shawl with it, I'm gonna get pooling, kinda. I don't know. With this, I don't know, because they redistributed the colors, and you could argue that it makes the skein look nicer. But here's one of mine that is not reskeined either, and it's dyed in a way that will not be pooly like this one. If I reskeined this, it would end up looking more like this, you know, or this one, where all the colors would be and you wouldn't be able to tell. But anywho, so that is my only complaint. I wish they wouldn't reskein every single hank, because I don't really know what I'm buying. That being said, I suppose it gets the Alice Arbor seal of approval because it does feel nice. It did knit up nice. I mean, these are great, especially this neon. I love them both. So, and each of these has their 20-gram skeins, 92 yards each. So you get a total of 552 yards. What's not to love about that? I will probably keep these babies. The other ones, I will probably twat waffle off in my group. You know, or maybe I'll give them away. I don't know. Probably twat waffle them off and let someone else enjoy them. Including these two, because I think I'm just not going to finish the mystery that is this. I don't have a clue. I'll just rip it off right now. But anyway, maybe you know them. Maybe you had a different experience with them. And maybe that one guy was just, you know, that day I will say it was hot and humid and just, you know, the place where you vend there is like, it's under a roof, but it's outdoors because they have they're like big garage doors or something, big shed doors open. I mean, the smell of animals are in there because it's the Sheep and Wool Festival. So maybe he was just hot and tired and thirsty and just maybe people from Iowa weren't very nice to him. I don't know. Whatever reason though, I was left with like a bitter taste in my mouth. Like, oh, okay, well now I don't really care if I support you or not. This one's really pretty. But I'm over it. I'll keep the minis and get rid of the other ones. But lamb strings from the last review or whatever, it gets the Alice Arbor seal of approval as well. Not that anybody gives a fuck, but that's just my opinion. Like, you can't make everybody happy all the time, and you can't always be in a happy, sunshiny mood, but I don't know. I guess if people are going to travel to see me, even if I am having a shit day, I am going to try my damnedest to be a fucking delight. All right, so that is it for this little Leading Men Fibers review. If you're in my Facebook group, look for a twat waffle of this coming up soon because I think I'm gonna get rid of it. It's gonna leave my stash, but it does feel really, really nice, so. Blah, blah. All right, well, hugs and love and all the shit. Have a good day.